So again, Sita Mata, what happened to her? So when Sita Mata went down to earth, so Rama went through a great period of distress. He literally went through what can be technically called as depression. And that is the time he is consoled by, Vasist Rishi, the guru and mentor of the entire lineage of Suryavanshis of that time. And her two children, they went into two kingdoms. They were given two kingdoms. So, love, Kush, I know, Kush took charge of what today is Kushinagar. Kushinagar is named after him, which is very close to not Bodh Gaya, Gorakhpur. It's close to Gorakhpur. It's in UP. It's the place where Buddha went. Kushinagar is famous because of Buddha's departure. And love went further up, probably in Nepal, where Sita ji ka Nainital tha. Some say that he went to some other direction, I don't know. But they both had their kingdoms. So I don't know. I अच्छा है Lahore में we should tell them that look originally. So possible. So anyways, but they ruled the kingdom and this continued. But see, the lineage which bore fruit ultimately, the penultimate was Lord Rama. So after that, nothing greater could come. If you look at the lineage of the Suryavanshi kings before Rama, it's mind blowing. All of them were tapasvis. Whether you take King Dilip, whether you take Sagar, whether you take Bhagirath, Shivi, Harishchandra, Dashrath himself, all of them were great kings. Without a doubt. Ikshvanku, that I am forgetting a few names, great kings. So then Rama is the final fruit in that trunk. And then of course, I think that whole process. After that, you see, in India, Chandravanshi Rajkumars came. Suryavanshi clans dwindled. Chandravanshis came, and then you see the Yaduvanshi. So different clans came up. But before that, Lord Rama belonged to the Suryavanshi clan. So this is how it was. The story goes. Lord Rama went through this phase, very deep phase, intense phase of deep human sorrow, and nothing could relieve him. So Rishi Vasist gives him, it's worth reading that entire dialogue between sage Vasist and Rama. I have read it, I have forgotten much of it, but I read it. It had a deep impact on me. And then after that, he regains his composure for some time. Then the time comes when they have to go away. So Lord Yama or whoever, he says, sir, अब समय हो गया आपको लीला संवरण करने का. So, but it cannot be by any ordinary means. And if Lakshmana is standing guard, and if Hanuman is around, even death cannot enter, Yama cannot enter. So he says, please do something about them. Otherwise, I mean, it's impossible. They will not let you leave. So as the story goes, I don't know exactly, but as the story goes, symbolically, yes, one can understand. So first, when a sage comes, Yama comes as a sage and tells Lakshmana, please don't disturb our conversation, whatever it be. And then it is a whole plot, and then someone walks in. I think it is Durvashu who walks later, and Yama has gone. They have conspired together. And he tells Lakshmana to let him in, and he says, no, no, no way, no way, no way. Finally, Durvasa says, it's my way. So he tries to, he says, okay, I'll rush in and ask if you are insisting so much. As he rushes in, so it has already been told to Lord Rama that if somebody enters, he has to get Mrityudand. Then only that is a condition. So now Rama has another dilemma. So it seems that Lakshmana deliberately walks away from there, and either he enters river Saryu or walks away. I think he enters river Saryu. Yeah. Then to Hanuman, he tells him that Anguti is lost. So Hanuman goes there in the ocean looking for his ring, and then he sees a lot of mudrikas all around. And then he says, which ring are you looking for? And then he discovered that Rama is inside him. It's a very deep mystic experience he has. Meanwhile, now Rama has decided. So with Rama, Lakshman, with Bharat and Sadrugan, they walk into Saryu. And they take what is known as Jal Samadhi. It was like Prayopavasana, it was one of the valid ways with which yogis were known to depart, incidentally. It was accepted norm. It was not considered as suicide. Yogis could take Jal Samadhi. They had this capacity to stop the breath in the water and depart. If you find it fantastic, even Duryodhana had that capacity to stop the breath for a long time. That is how he hid himself in the Sarovar. So Jal Samadhi means you stop the breath. Now when you stop the breath and yet consciousness is there, so it seeks to escape. So you concentrate it and depart from here. So it's not drowning as it is normally called. It is a Jal Samadhi. That's how it is known. And by then Hanuman comes, he knows the inevitable, and he tells the sorrowing crowd that Rama is always there. Rama and Sita in your heart, find them there. And then you have the famous सीना चीर के वो दिखाते हैं कि राम और सीता सदा उनके हृदय में बसते हैं. This is how the story is described post Sita Mata is going into the earth.